Everybody come and see. I say come and hear. I don't carry and come. Better information, superb advertisement. We no get the rifle. Oh, to get update and get informed. Oh, come to Celestial Half Hour. Celestial Half Hour TV. Now we be the best information carrier.
Government wa ni mo rí bú o. Torí pé tí kì í bá ṣe pé wọ́n sáré 2027 tí wọ́n fi ètí ṣàwọn citizen ńlẹ̀ ní 2025 kí ogun lè kó wọn lọ, kí ìyà lè jẹ wọ́n, kí òṣè lè ta wọ́n, mi ò lérò wípé ó yẹ kó rí bó ṣe rí yìí. Ẹ ń sá eré 2027 bandit ti yí gbogbo ìlú ká, ṣẹ́yìn lẹ rán wọn ni. Tinubu ṣẹ́yìn lẹ rán wọn ni. Nígbà tí olórí òfò Buhari wà níbẹ̀. Celestial Half Hour.
Senator from Adamawa State also accuses the Senate President of a kind of vengeful vindictiveness, especially in the context of the Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan sex scandal. He urged Mr. Akpabio to submit himself to a proper investigation and to stop targeting senators who oppose him.
Celestial Half Hour TV. Now we be the best information carrier.
Ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí, ẹ̀yin bàbá, màmá, ẹ̀yin brother, sister, níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ti láǹfààní láti máa tẹ́tí sí wa lórílẹ̀ àgbáláyé. Orúkọ tèmi ni Bámidélé, ọmọ Adéyígà. Ẹ wò, orí ìkànnì yìí náà la balẹ̀ sí wàrà bí òjò tí a ti mú gbogbo wá sí etí ìgbọ̀yín lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan. Ṣàdédé ni a rí àwọn fọ́nrán kan tí bàbá wa fi ránṣẹ́ sí wa lánàá. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Prophet Akingbulugbe Ayodeji. Wọ́n fi ẹ̀hónú wọn hàn, wọ́n sì ń sọ àwọn ohun ẹ̀dùn ọkàn wọn lórí àwọn ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà. Ẹ wò ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi, bó bá jẹ́ lótìtọ́ láàrí ẹnìkan tàbí ẹnìkejì tó ń jà fitafita, tó ń fi ẹ̀hónú wọn hàn lórí àwọn ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà, ó ṣeé ṣe kí àtúnṣe ti wà sórí gbogbo rògbòdìyàn àti àwọn wàhálà tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ jákèjádò ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà. Ẹ wò láì fàkókò ṣòfò, tó bá jẹ́ ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ rèé tẹ́ ń bá ìkànnì pàdé, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa subscribe, ẹ bá wa like, ẹ má gbàgbé láti tẹ notification button yín. Ẹ ṣé kó tó di pé àmú fọ́nrán náà wá sí à ń bọ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká ti rí ajé.
Celestial Half Hour. Celestial Half Hour TV. Now we be the best information carrier.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ padà. Fọ́nrán náà rèé, ẹ wá fìdílé, ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti wo fọ́nrán náà, ohunkóhun tó bá rú yín lójú tẹ́ ò pé ó yẹ ká yànnàná, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má ṣàfihàn, ẹ lọ sí comment section kẹ́ ẹ fi àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ ránṣẹ́ sí wa.
Celestial Half Hour. Celestial Half Hour TV. Now we be the best information carrier.
Ọjọ́ wo lẹ̀dá fẹ́ sinmi ogun yìí náà? Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá mo bẹ̀ yín o. Just like you always see me saying this, me inside ogun, ṣùgbọ́n ogun ti ń jà wá already. Ogun ti ń jà ní gbogbo ìtíṣe ní kankróni ìtíṣe ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà. Ogun ti ń gbé wa mọ́ra, ó ti ń gbé wa mọ́ra o. Ogun ti ń gbé wa mọ́ra. Ńgbà tó bá lóòjà, tó ń mú nǹkan ogun ìjà, tó mú wá ká ẹ mọ́lé, kí ló fẹ́ ṣe? It's becoming a serious headache for me. Kọ́nà wọn máa jẹ́ kí n lẹ́jẹ̀ rẹ̀ rúkẹ́. Ẹ tún wọn kan tí màá ṣe kí ló Okocha tó gbé wá láàárọ̀ yìí tí mo rí lórí fọ́nrán, wọ́n láti gbé láti jù fún ìtíṣà wọn iléeṣẹ́ ìròyìn kí wọ́n wò ó kán look into it, kí wọ́n jẹ́ kẹ́yìn gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá kí ẹ gbọ́. Torí ó yà mí lẹ́nu láti rí wípé àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ banditry yìí, they are very very young guys. Alápámọ́ ṣiṣẹ́. Àwọn kan ló tún gbé jáde yìí láti ìlú Ọ̀ká wá sí ti ṣe territory tó ti mú wọn yìí. Wọ́n tún mú wọn níbẹ̀ lẹ́ni o. Look at it. Ó fún mi ní concern. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ wípé ìlú yìí ò ń ṣe kan àti ìjọra rárá tọ́ òun lẹ ṣe rí àwọn kinní burúkú yìí ti pín ara wọn sí gbogbo yìí ti ṣe ìgbèríko orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà kò yọ ibì kan sílẹ̀ bó ṣe pa wọ́n ní Ebonyi State mo rántí lọ choosing church tó wà ní Ebonyi State ẹ wo bó ṣe massacre àwọn ènìyàn sílẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ ẹ wo èdè ṣe aggression tí àwọn Edo State àwọn Romi ní Edo State tó ń gbé jáde lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí it was as a result of the killings the banditry adoption tó ń lọ níbẹ̀ yẹn òun ló jẹ́ káwọn pípì kan ṣe kíni tí wọ́n come up with retaliatory action níbẹ̀ yẹn tí ò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yes kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá jẹ́ pé ibi tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ti ṣe kíni tí wọ́n ti jí gírí sí ti ṣe ìrìnàjò yìí.
Celestial half hour.
Who? Musa who? What your father's name?
Okay, Ibrahim.
Okay, your father's name is Ibrahim. Musa Ibrahim. Where are you from?
Oka.
Oka. What do you call you can do?
Kidnapping.
Kidnapping. Now you dey kidnap people from back.
Good day everyone, thanks for joining me in this video. On the 12th day of January, if I'm not mistaken, but that was January, okay? There was a video I made and I said that there was an information that was sent to us that there is a Fulani gangs of kidnappers who are in Oka, Anambra State. And these are the time we have tension in Anambra State of kidnapping and all those things. But I was countered. And the reason why I was countered because they said the governor, Soludo, in quote, have said that people kidnapping are Igbos, people who are the Biafra agitators and so on and so forth. But I think this video carries information that has vindicated me. Take a listen.
It's from Okabi?
Yes.
Okay, wait. What is your name? What is the work for here? Babu English ko?
Bering Tambeka. Me apalu munkamaka. Me apalu munkamaka. What you have will catch you. What you do?
Muntawane muda bokana munkamaka.
Kana woka na magana kana magana banza.
What is your name?
Musa.
Musa. Musa who?
Musa.
Who?
Musa.
Musa who?
Musa.
What your father's name?
Okay, Ibrahim.
Okay, your father's name is Ibrahim. Musa Ibrahim. Where are you from?
Oka.
Oka. What do you call you can do?
Kidnapping.
Kidnapping. Now you dey kidnap people from back here.
I follow this man. I ain't the do kidnap for this area.
Okay, now this one they do kidnap for this
Now
area.
my brother call me here.
Okay, now brother call you.
Die go run.
Okay, that go run.
That one roll.
The one where you name? The one where run? What you name of the one where run?
Mason now one day.
One day go.
Yeah, Mason.
Sunanshi Ali.
Huh? Ali?
Yeah.
Okay, your brother then Ali, don't wear on. Which time you start this work?
How many time now? Which time I start this work? How many years now?
Mimi do wenu de wanatunga kirani. Wanatunga kirani.
How many years?
Wanatunga kirani na dona.
Okay, this one will catch you now you don't do before.
Who be Oga? Who be Oga?
Yeah.
Who be Oga?
Die go run.
He go run.
That one will run.
Okay, that one where they run. Now he be Oga.
We go and talk to you now. Why did you lie?
One day go to
Oga. Who be Oga?
That Oga why they get gone. He there for Oka. Now in get you Oga this boy. Why they do knife for here? Now in they get gone. Now in they do knife for this area. That Oga he there for Oka now.
What you be name of the man?
They now.
What you name?
Okay.
You name
I don't know. As this my name, Bine Oga.
You don't want to tell me your name?
Yeah. Umar.
What is your Oga name?
Umar. Yeah.
Umaru who?
One day go to Ali Sunanshi.
Ali?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
You
couldn't
don't
watch it.
go talk to him.
No watch
You
it.
go talk to him.
Yeah, wait. No watch it.
Now, do you understand the terror network of the Fulani terrorists in Nigeria? There is no place that they spare. From the north to the south, east to west, they are everywhere. So when we talk, it's not because we hate a particular tribe or we hate this. We are trying to bring the reality out of so many issues on ground because people find it difficult to understand the truth. And that is why we do what we do. Now, before I go forward, everybody is raging because of what the DSS director said, that community should start mobilizing to, retaliate against all these Fulani terrorists and any other kind of terrorists and, kidnappers that is disturbing villages. A lot of people are reacting in different ways, but there is something I want to tell you about the man that you people don't know. The man is from Oyo State. Where the man came from, this DSS director, okay? Fulani terrorists has been bombarding there, so his own community is under siege. DSS director, his own community is under siege. Time with that number, I do tell people that time will come, both the heads, the tail, this thing is going to affect everybody. Time will come, people will beg for this country to separate. Time will come, people will begin to do everything that they should have done before. And now, people have not come to reason with us what we are saying. Remember that few years ago, few months ago, we are talking about the issue of kidnapping. This is dangerous. This is this, this is that. Everybody should wake up. It's like, oh, these people they are nuisance. They don't know what they are saying. People call us nuisance. But now, it has become the talk of the day, and we are laughing them. It's not a laughing matter because it's holistic. It's still affecting me, though. It's affecting everybody. But because we are prepared for it, we are dealing with it decisively, unlike people who never prepared for it. So many people did not prepare for it at all. They were caught unaware. People who prepared for it are giving them the level of retaliation of their own attack. And that is what they understand. That is the only language they understand. Now, the DSS director is a Christian, okay, from Oyo State. And his own community is under siege. What will make him not to come out to say the truth? There is nothing that will make him not to come out to say the truth. The reason why a lot of people are not saying the truth is because of two things. Number one, they have a tie with people who are looting the treasuries of the nation. They have a tie with, politicians, board directors and so on. So they make the economy of the nation. They are benefiting from it. It's difficult for you to speak against what you are benefiting from. They are benefiting from the injustice, the kidnapping, everything that is going on that is not good in this nation. They are benefiting from it. These are the people who belongs to politicians, who they will give contract of building of hospitals. They won't build it. They will build substandard if they build at all. And when they are sick, they will fly abroad and leave those hospitals they have built or constructed for the poor masses. Your president just jetted out of, Abuja to Paris. They say he's going to, working leave, I don't know. But indirectly, he's still going to medical checkup in France. That is where his doctor is. Imagine a president don't have a good hospital where he can treat himself. Because the rest people in the nation, he don't see them as humans. He sees you people as animals. So he's not part of you people that can use substandard hospitals in Nigeria. So he just out and called it names, any name he called it. He might call it that he's even traveling for a business trip or to woo investors. Nobody's knows. They play with you people, they play with your intelligence, and that is why we are here. We are where we are. So Nigeria is not sustainable. So the DSS director coming out to speak the way he spoke, people did not understand where this man is coming from. This community has been under siege. So this man knows what is going on. He's now calling for people from every community to join hands together to deal with the terrorists. But it's too late. It's too late because when we started talking all these things right from time, a lot of people never understand. They did not understand what we were saying. They were saying that people want to divide the nation. Nigeria has been divided. If you talk, they say, oh, no, don't cause war. We're already at war. At the time, I was listening to her say, all these young generations, they don't know what we went through during Biafra. Hey, I say, Mr. Man, the mistake you people made is the reason why we are where we are today. We're already at war. You are talking about war, okay? And some persons will come to my comment section and say, oh, Okocha, why are you... So you are a warmonger. That is exactly what you use. A warmonger is somebody who always talk about war or wants war. No, we don't want war, but we're already in the war declared against us. So we're already at war, and the war was declared against us. So that is the situation at hand. It's a terrible situation anyway. But what I'm saying is that every community should take what the SS man says serious, for people who don't know that before. But for us, I think we know that right from time, okay? And I do talk about vigilante group. I said support your vigilante group in your community. Look for them. If you people don't have set it up, don't listen to anybody, okay? Don't listen to anybody. You have a right to live. You have a right to live. You don't have two lives. It's just one life. So if anything happens to this life, it's just gone. So take your time and understand where we are and to know what to do. Thanks for listening.
The guy that made threats to Christians in the north yesterday, the guy don't change mouth, or fear don't catch him. He don't fold. I think say you the mad. I thought you were a madman.
Okay, people, I need to see waiting very dark man talk concerning the things when they go on for this country, concerning Urumi and Fulani people for this country since there. It don't show say this politician that they work with Fulani people not be small thing at all. Different people don't talk concerning the things when they go on for this country. If the politician not get on for inside, therefore don't put stop to this thing when it happen for this country since then. My people, make una watch this video so that una go know the things when it go on for this country. That those politicians, the way when they do something, it don't show say now then they be full la not be not turn out again.
Alright, so you remember the guy that made threats to Christians in the north yesterday? The guy don't change mouth, or fear don't catch him. He don't fold. I think say you the mad. I thought you were a madman.
Today, I have seen that man called very dark man, or very black man. He is requesting from the Nigerian police force to arrest me. Nigerian police force to arrest me for what reason? For what reason? Did I abuse the Nigerian police force? Did I abuse the Southerners? Did I do something wrong that the Nigerian police will arrest me? For what reason? Tell me for what reason. Very dark man, or is it very black man that your name? I don't know that's your name, but did I requested for any northerner to kill any southerner? No. Did I requested for Muslim to kill any Christian? No. I, CBN, have never did so. So let me remind you something. You are the one that used to abuse our leader. You abused Tinubu. You abused Kashim Peshatima. You abused that same Nigerian police force that you are requesting from them. You are the one that took the videos of the federal roster. We haven't forgotten. You are the one that abused. Let me just quiet. I don't want problems to be rising in Nigeria. Let me tell you something. I know that I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done anything wrong. I only requested from the governor and from the president of Nigeria, also from the governor of Edo State, that if actions, hear the English very well. I think you are not hearing English very well, right? I said if actions.
You they shake, your mouth they shake like piñata. You don't see problem where it pass you, your body don't they shake. But guess what? They will still pick you. That threat that you made will not be overlooked. First of all, you threatened the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You threatened the governor of Edo State. Not just that. These two are even minor. You threatened the entire Christians in the north because of a problem and unforeseen circumstances that happened that a lot of people condemned. What else do you want? You want me to burn Edo State, or me to put on for, me to lock them down? It was condemned. I don't know what you want. If something happen for Nigeria, any small thing, una don't carry and go tribe. Any small thing, una don't carry and go religion. Any small thing, una don't carry and go, una don't look for religious war. Now you try to instigate a religious war, you must be arrested. You must be brought in for questioning. It's a must. The police must provide you. How they talk now, you sabi. And I'm waiting for the PRO. First PRO, you are so quiet these days. I don't know. Have you been admitted into the hospital? Are you sick? What's going on with you? How is your health? Are you okay? You know they talk again now. Now those social media influencer matter now, you go talk. Somebody don't threaten the full country, don't threaten Christians, threaten the president, threaten the governor. You know they talk, Mr. Muyiwa Ayodeji, what's going on, bro? Open your mouth, Sorosoke. Sorosoke. Let's see if that's where they rise. Ireo, come and talk. Come and talk. Because this thing where this boy talk now small. It go cause religious war. Anyways, why would they still look for this boy? Because they look for him. Shout out to all the Northerners who called me yesterday. You understand? Shout out to all of them and the ones that wrote to me that said they are not part of that boy and they don't plan to start attacking any Christians. So the Christians in the North, please make una no really panic. You understand? The reasonable Northerners will not start attacking you over what's happening in Edo State because nobody planned that. And then the elite of the North, please talk to your people. Talk to your people. What happened in Edo State has been condemned. It is wrong. We say no to jungle justice. Even in Edo State, say no to jungle justice. Anytime, what I expect from Nigerians is that anytime something like this happens, we work together. North, east, west, south. We work together in order to bring peace, in order to secure our lands. This Fulani thing, our government and the day. The government and the day, nobody and the day. The government be the main one where if you stop on. The government and the day, but it's just quite unfortunate. Say our government be like this. During election, the government will go to the thickest forest. During election, they go to the thickest forest for campaign. If you go inside bush, you go see campaign poster, campaign banner. That's when the government remembers you. That's when your senator remembers you. That's when the person that wants to be governor in your state remembers you. But after election, they forget you, forget your problems. It is the government. We cannot be fighting ourselves. So if anything like this happens, cool down. Let's look for the best way to resolve it. Not be more carry religious problems start. But for this guy, you they must pick you. You want yourself yesterday, they talk anyhow, blah, 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 blah. You think it's like that? What we have you don't ever enter that problem. You don't fight before. Ask people where they don't date inside Sharia. Ask people where fights. May they tell you. May you see the way people say they go like ram. People they go like cow. You say one and what you want? You think what is what you want? I don't see Sharia. Don't be saying a noise. They don't lynch me. I don't experience a lot of violence in my life. So don't be saying and talk. But be careful, bro. Be careful what you wish for. And a lot of illiterates where they're around that north. You people should also be careful what you wish for. Calm down. We are all one in Nigeria. Christians, Muslims, we are all Nigerians. We are all one. If to say they look say I no be Muslim, I no go Porununa when flood happen. Do you know how big of awareness that I created where a lot of people start to the same money go that state? I no tell you when I come up for they are sick. When something happened for Bokos, I went to Bokos as well. And they look religion, how they go all those places. Please keep tribalism and religion aside when there's a problem in Nigeria. Let's work together to create peace. But for this guy, we're threatening the peace of Nigerian government. We are waiting for you. Please bring him to justice, especially you, first PRO. Especially you, PRO. Now you are the wait for all these things.
Good morning, my fellow Nigerians. So, I have seen a lot of people complaining that justice for Deborah, justice for Deborah. So, if you haven't forgotten the Southerners, Deborah was not killed just for no reason. Deborah was killed because she abused the holy prophet, our beloved prophet, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Have you ever seen any northerner abusing Jesus? No. There is no any northerner that have abused Jesus. No, it has never happened. But those stupid Christians among you, the stupid among you, the rampant among you abuse the holy prophet, and you think that we keep quiet and see. That is the law. Anybody that abuses our prophet, he or she will be killed. Because Don't forget. Go and find the meaning. We have never abused Jesus, and we will never. Because let me tell you something that you don't know. In Islam, that is our religion. If you abuse Jesus, you are no more a Muslim. That is Prophet Isa alayhi salam. As we know him, not Jesus, but his name is Prophet Isa. Number one, the only difference between we and you people are we only believe that Jesus is a prophet, is a messenger sent from Allah, that is the God, the creator of all creators. You consider a human being as magic. He's a prophet and a messenger. Don't forget that. Let me tell you something. If these actions are not taken against this 16 northern that are guilty, anything that follows to your people here, not you are the people that was Mr. President Bola Tinubu, this is a message directly. And His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, Mr. Monday, this is also a message directly to you. You know, you have many of your people in the north, more especially Borno State, Kano State, Jos, Kaduna, Jigawa, not Jigawa, but I think around Adamawa people. There are many Christians here. We won't consider whether you are from Edo, whether if you are from Cote d'Ivoire. Definitely, if you are a Southerner, they think that it follows.
It's been a clear failure on the part of government. My dear good people of Nigeria and those states especially. You see, anywhere in the world there's insecurity. But the kind of insecurity we have in Nigeria, you know, especially with reference to the one that has happened in Urumi, is a clear case of failure on the part of government. What it shows is that the man who's currently the Ayodeji governor, he has no business being in that office. Even though we all know that he's there on a temporary note. But the man has clearly shown that he's ineffective. He has clearly shown that he hasn't got what it takes to be a governor. He has clearly shown that he has no clue about what's happening in his state. He has shown consistently that that office overwhelms him. The man, Mondo Paulo, I have said it here before, my people, that there's no way in this world that you give what you don't have. You just cannot give what you don't have. Mondo Paulo doesn't have it. And I wonder why people are expecting him to give what he doesn't have. The man does not have the charisma, the capacity, the way with that, of that office called the governor's office. He doesn't have it. And so he's not going to give us what he doesn't have. My people, we all know the primary responsibility of any responsible government in the world. I repeat, we all know the primary responsibility of any responsible government anywhere in the world. It's simple, everybody knows it. It's protection of life and properties of your people. This government must do. So when you now have a government that is not able to provide security for the people, even though we know that there's insecurity anywhere in the world, but in this case, this one is a complete failure on the part of government. Now people, you must know, I am not going to sit back here and condemn the Urumi people. Neither am I going to sit back here and applaud them. I am also not going to sit back here and applaud the Fulanis or condemn them. I will sit back here and condemn the government of Edo State and in extension Nigeria. The reason is that these Urumis and many more people in Edo State have been crying out for many months now. We'll be hearing news how their farms have been taken over, their crops have been taken over by these Fulanis, how they even to the extent even assault their daughters, their wives, and then they buy them. We'll be hearing all sorts of stories like that, all sorts of very disheartening stories that you sometimes don't even want to hear. And nothing, I repeat, nothing was done about it by this government. They kept the debt here as if they didn't know what was going on. Now the people have been pushed to the wall. I mean the Urumis. They've been pushed to the wall. Because it is only when people are pushed to the wall that they resort to self-help. It is only when people have lost hope that they do not find an alternative. Because the people have realized that the government is not there for them. The government is not even ready to do anything to help them. And so you know what? They now have to find a way to help themselves. Even though we all do agree that action was unacceptable. But if you ask me, I would say they were pushed to the wall to do what they did. And again, I throw the blame at the doorstep of the government. In this case, the governor of Edo State. How can a man be a governor of Edo State and he's not on ground in Edo State, and you want security to be able to fight for security to a reasonable level? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because we've been told repeatedly that Mondo Paulo is always in Abuja, that he has actually moved the Edo State government to Abuja. What he's doing in Abuja, we don't know. The other people don't know. But what we know is that it's really about trying to see who I can reach out to the tribunal justices. That's the rumor we're hearing. How far that is true is still subject to investigation. But the fact that the man has left Edo State for many, many weeks and now operates from Abuja is a very serious concern to we Edo people. Because even though it's going to be done on a temporary note, it's not supposed to be governing Edo from Abuja. The man who is not on ground in Edo State, why will his security not be the order of the day? And you must also remember that this man during his campaign time told the other people that he was going to be their insecurity. You know, sometimes what you use your mouth to say will come to pass whether you like it or not. The man told us point blank that when he comes into Edo State, he was going to give the other people insecurity. And that's what we are experiencing today. If you have security network on ground, what those people did in Urumi will not have happened. Because they would not have had reason to resort to 7, which they have done in that case. Because when the government has come to their aid, if the government has shown concern, if the government has been able to, have been proactive enough to say, let us see what these people's complaint is all about, I can assure you this would not have happened. This would have been avoided. The only reason this has happened, and this will happen again, and even worse off, is because we don't have a governor. Edo State, no governor. The governor is sitting in Abuja. The question is Abuja Edo State government house? What is he doing in Abuja? Every day he's always in Abuja. Not for any special reason, no. He doesn't even tell the people what he goes to Abuja to do. But there's no smoke without fire, and no fire without smoke. We are hearing that he's going to Abuja with the Edo State money to go and look for the justices or look for those who will help him use the Edo State money to buy justice from those men. That's what he goes to Abuja to do. So my dear good people of Edo State, our hearts and prayers goes out to those who were expired and their loved ones, especially the people of the Fulani community. This is not the best way to go about it, but if you ask me, like I said, the Euromies were actually pushed to the wall because the government did not come to their aid. That's why they had to do what they did. Even though we have all agreed that it's very unpopular, that decision that they took. But again, like I said, I will blame the government and I will continue to blame the government. Because as we speak today, there's no security again in Edo. The last security network that was in place during the former administration of Obaseki was dismantled. And since then, they didn't come up with a better option for the Edo people. And so the entire state is being ravaged by Fulanis. We hear stories every day. Every day. We hear stories and you begin to ask yourself, do we still have a governor in that town? Is there government in Edo State? Because the town seems to run like a state without a governor. I've said here many times that everybody is a governor in Edo State. Everybody. As long as you belong to the state, everybody is going. They all just have rules, laws out every day, instructions out every day. Because the man who's supposed to be in charge is not in charge. The man who's supposed to dish out those instructions is not available to dish them out. And so people are doing that on his behalf. My people of Edo State, it is sad about what we are hearing from Edo. But more sad is that this will continue. As long as we have people like Modugbolo who is clueless, who do not have the capacity to be even local government chairman, not to be a state governor. Edo is not a state where people like Modugbolo should come and be governor. And we can all see today now, for the few months he stayed there, that yes, we'll be vindicated that the man is truly not fit to be in that office. That's why the Edo people unanimously voted Dr. Asolime Godao and Barrister Sadogi as their governor and deputy governor respectively. They did not vote Modugbolo. Modugbolo was a poison on the Edo people. Modugbolo was brought up by INEC after they've used money to bribe all of them. And then they posed Modugbolo on the Edo people. The Edo people that I know are very smart people. They will not open their two eyes and vote a man like Modugbolo when they see a man like Dr. Solomon without. Now, they're good people of Nigeria. You all know that in a couple of days from now, the 180 days window for the tribunal will have been over. And so we are expecting that this week should be the week where they will come up with a decision. Because we are going to enter a new month now. So from now till I think on the 8th of this coming month, it's going to be the last day for the time frame for the tribunal's entire activities. So we do expect that going forward this week, we should be able to get a date in on the pronouncement of the tribunal. So that's why the Motopolo is running every day, running Abuja like it's running Ring Road, Dubai Ring Road. He's trying to use our money to bribe the justices. But like I've said here many times, I personally, I have no confidence in the judiciary of Nigeria anymore. Even if tomorrow they say Dr. Solomon won, I still do not have confidence in them anymore. The only reason why I believe they will declare out Dr. Solomon a winner is because on this occasion they not had, they could just couldn't, because the evidences before them that Dr. Solomon presented is overwhelming, that even a blind man will see that there was no way they could manipulate the system. And the way Dr. Solomon would have represented his case in the history of Nigerian tribunal cases, as far as I know, no case has ever been presented in such a way and manner that Dr. Solomon presented his own. So it makes it even more cumbersome, makes it a bit more difficult for all of them, all the judges to try to manipulate, even though they've been plagiarized as we're told. They have been told that, as we're told allegedly, that the judges have been promised 10 billion naira each with the Choice House in the US and in the UK. So we're waiting if that is true or not, but that's what we've heard from our corner here. You know, but on that way, some part of the human that is the way they are delaying the verdict. So this delay is giving a lot of room for people to begin to speculate, and speculation comes with a whole lot of perception, if you ask me. So the best bet now, as we speak, is for the honorable justices to come out in earnest and tell the world, not just the other people, and tell the world what their findings are based on the evidences that was brought before them, and no technicalities. Whatever it is that they've been told, promised by the APC. I don't understand how you claim you have won an election. The same you was going back carrying money. And you see, my people, another worrisome aspect of it is that when people now believe that you can actually bribe the judges, then that country is finished. That country is finished. Because when you hear people say it, because it does happen, that's why people are saying it. If it doesn't happen, you won't hear people say it. Like the governor was saying one time during an interview that Dr. Solomon was going about looking for money to borrow to bribe the judges. It means things like that is actually happening in Nigeria, and that's so very sad. My people, when we were growing up in Nigeria many years ago, if they tell you want to take matter to court, you'll be shivering. You will not sleep. You don't have it settled outside court. Because you know that once the matter gets to the court, if you're guilty, the court's going to tell you straight away. Those days, we used to know that the court judges, the justices, I beg your pardon, who were not sort of there for one secret court or the other. What was the court that was running those days was the body fraternity. They will say if you do money, you carry matter go court, you judge that your friend, the matter you go say, go judge that for a favor. But today what we do now, the only money they use now, that they use money, use money, use Illuminati, use all sorts of courts. All sorts of courts. Now they can go to one that say, which can God all these people they serve? Because if they baffle me, I they see them every day. On Friday you see them for mosque. On Sunday you see them for church. And these same people are devil. Devil. People when they say for daytime they call God, for night they eat and die with the devil. And they know themselves. That is what the country has now become. A country where people can now openly tell you judges can be bribed. A country where people can now openly tell you go to court, knowing that the courts have compromised. That is a society that is finished. It's finished. Because, like I've said here many times, my people, any society where the justice system is at its lowest end, like in the case of Nigeria now, that country is good. Fully according to them. It's finished. It's finished, my people. So, as on the judiciary, hopefully this coming week they should be able to tell us what we want to hear, and about the Urumi crisis. Again, I want to throw the blame on the doorstep of the governor, the temporary governor of Edo State, Modopolo. The man is not in charge. The man is always in Abuja. He does not have grip of his government, so to speak. Until I come away again, my people, for those of you who like what we do, please share the message, like the message, comment on the message, let's know what your thoughts are about. 1, the crisis in Urobe. 2, the delay on the Edo State Tribunal by the justices. Why the delay? So these are matters that are actually on the front burner of our conversation today. So let's know what your thoughts are, what you think. If you feel say they're supposed to don't release the result, why did they hold her back? Let us know why. If you know why, if you don't know why, then also let us know. The issue for the massacre we have for Urobe. Like I said, our thoughts and prayer goes out to the families of those who died. But those Urobe people, when they do what they do, they were pushed to the wall. They were helpless, and they had no choice than to resort to self-help. Until I come my way again.
Celestial Half Hour TV
has come from former Senator Ishaku Abo that the Nigerian Senate, under the leadership of Godswill Akpabio, is pivoting towards the kind of imperiousness that this country hasn't seen in decades. Senator Abo alleges that Mr. Akpabio has hatched a vision of a personal empire in which he is the tribune, a world in which raw power, not the principles of democracy, holds sway. And the centerpiece for this vision, according to Senator Abo, is the presidency, which he says the Senate now operates under as a unit and has lost its place as an independent arm of government. The senator from Adamawa State also accuses the Senate president of a kind of vengeful vindictiveness, especially in the context of the Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan sex scandal. He urged Mr. Akpabio to submit himself to a proper investigation and to stop targeting senators who oppose him. Unless Mr. Akpabio is reined in, he warns he could pose a threat to President Tinubu's administration because his actions are taking a sledgehammer to Nigeria's democracy. So how much does all this lay bare some of the more serious concerns that have been expressed about the Senate and its president, and how much of it is pure politics without a scintilla of truth, as one lawmaker put it? Well, for more on this, I'm joined now in the studio by the former senator from Adamawa State, Ishaku Abo. Thank you very much indeed for coming in. Good to see you.
Thank you, Mr. Charles.
Talk about a scathing criticism. I mean, and that's putting it mildly. How has it come to this? Because, I mean, the way you describe it, it sounds like the Senate leadership has gone stark raving bonkers.
Yes, it is. Even the word that I used them for maybe for lack of more serious words to use.
So it's worse than you said? Actually.
Yes, it is worse
according
than I said.
to you.
Yes. Now, let me start about myself as a person. Remember, in this very studio, I accused Akpabio of one of the people who come together to say that I was out of the Senate. Because when the 10th Senate, when I won election to the 10th Senate, I became like a de facto DG campaign to Senator Abdulaziz Yari. In this very place where we are in Telescope Hilton, Akpabio came to my hotel room around 2 a.m. and pleaded that I should work for him. And I told him that I will not work for you because I'm already committed to Senator Yari. And these are my reasons. However, I wish you good luck. And he came, he said he's a Christian like me, I should vote for him to balance the Muslim ticket. And I told him, the testimonies I heard from the people of the 8th Senate wasn't a good one about you. And I told the Vice President when the Vice President called me to work for you, so I will not work for you. And one day they said there was a meeting in room, in floor 4 of Transcorp Hilton, and they were dashing out $10,000. I told him I'll not collect the money. Now, after the election, one of these days we were in his house, and we had a lengthy discussion. And he started taking me around the house, and he said, "Do you know that I have a chapel in my house?" I said, "Wow, you have a chapel here." I said, "Let me see." We went there and he showed me the chapel. And in the chapel, he told me that, "You know, you are my brother." I said, "Yes." He said, 5 senators will leave the Senate. He said, 5. I said, "How did you know?" He said, "I'm the Senate president. I know 5 senators are leaving." And truth what Akpabio said, 5 of us left.
And you had no idea you were one of them.
I was no idea that I was penciled for removal myself. So, when I was in the Senate, I traveled to Kenya on a parliamentary assignment. I spent my own money, about $14,000. I submitted paper for reimbursement. They refused to pay me till this very day. Before I was removed, I already obtained Angolan visa to represent the Senate at the IPU conference in Angola. The practice has been, even if you're not a senator or a member of our House of Representatives, as long as you are you are representing the country. In fact, former senators or former members of the House of Reps still represent Nigeria until new people come in and inaugurated. He turned me back from the airport. That is Akpabio. My salary for that month, I was moved on the 19th by federal government rule of engagement. After 15th, you'll be paid your full salary. My salary, I was moved on the 19th of October. My salary was not paid for that month on the orders of Akpabio. And let me tell you one worst thing that he did. There are 109 senators. Now, 5 of us were removed. 2 left. Umahi left to become Minister for Works. Gaidam left to become Minister for Police Affairs. Now, making 7 senators left the National Assembly. Out of the 7 senators who left, Akpabio sent their official cars to their houses. Every senator that was removed from the Senate got their own official vehicles, leaving only Senator Abo alone. Senator Darlington got his own. The 2 senators from Plateau, the other Senator Ohere, the 4 of us removed by the court, they all got their own. And the 2 that left before me, that I screened them to become ministers, because they come for screening, and then I screened them as a senator. They also got their own car. They left before me, yet they got their own car, leaving me out of the 116 senators sworn into the 10th Assembly. Because I challenged Akpabio, I was the only senator that they refused to give him the car. That is the vindictiveness of somebody called Akpabio.
Well, it sounds very personal, doesn't it? I mean,
of course,
for you, it's pretty much personal. I mean, so this is your payback then, is it?
No. I don't pay back. I am just trying to, I laid a foundation so that I will come to the Natasha issue.
Well, we're going to come to that. We're not there yet. Let's finish with your allegations and your accusations against Mr. Akpabio, because one of them is that you said he's running the Senate like a personal empire.
Yes.
Targeting senators who oppose his views, and you suggest that you're one of them.
Yes.
And you say that, as I said, you yourself have been a victim of those actions.
Definitely.
And this is one of the incidents, or one of the sort of the problems that you're talking about.
Yes, and then let us look at Senator Abdul-Ningi. Senator Abdul-Ningi was the chairman of the Northern Senators Forum, and I was the treasurer of the Northern Senators Forum. So as the treasurer, as a matter of fact, I was slated to become the secretary of the Northern Senators Forum. But because Abdul-Ningi and Senator Abo, we are from the Northeast, and we said, let's take this secretary position to another person from another zone. So I became the treasurer of the Northern Senators Forum. And Abdul-Ningi came out to say, this is not the budget that we passed. And it has been increased by so figures. Before you know, Jack Robinson, Senator Abdul-Ningi was suspended from the Senate for 3 months. And let's look at Senator Ndume. Ndume was the digital Akpabio. When Senator Ndume came out to say things are not run properly here, what happened to him? He was removed as the chief whip of the Senate, stripped of his position as the vice chairman of the Senate Committee on Appropriation, and then be thrown away. What vindictiveness do you want? And I look at it. The same Akpabio, I moved that motion to amend the rule of the Senate standing rule that will allow only a senator that have served for at least 1 term of 4 years in the Senate before he go contest for leadership of the Senate. The amendment look Senate president only. The same Akpabio went and brought in first-time senators and made them leadership of both minority and the majority.
Right.
Just so that he can control them, so that nobody can can say anything to him. Do you know that in Senator Akpabio's house, senators serve him tea?
Well, I don't know.
I am telling you now.
But let me just say.
And I am telling you now. And I told him that you are no longer a governor. These senators are your colleagues. We are not your commissioners. So they cannot serve you tea. So
that kind of emphasizes the point where you say that he's running a personal empire.
He's running a personal empire.
But I mean, some might accuse you of speaking ill. I think you even addressed this yourself, of an institution that elevated you to prominence.
No, I did not say that. And what I said in my interview last time was that I had to speak ill of the institution that brought me to national relevance. And what we are doing today, remember last time I was in this studio where I defended the remunerations of the senators. So that I'm speaking good of the Senate. And what we are doing now, all former senators that have been there since the time of Shagari, we are not happy with the level of the integrity of the Senate that have been washed down. So,
right. But we're fast running out of time, so I'm going to gallop ahead. I mean, you of course were a member of this current 10th Senate.
Yes.
Until you were removed by the appeals court.
Yes.
In October 2023. Very briefly, just tell us how you lost your senatorial seat.
I lost my senatorial seat through judicial banditry, because there's no law that back what happened, and I believe the judge know what she did, and that's why she had to send Senator Ken Inamani to come to my house to come and beg me. And it's true, Ken Inamani is still alive. A situation where a judge said that local government election took place in 5 local governments, and she cancelled election in 2 local governments, differentialized 2 local governments, cancelled election in 263 polling units, and not order for election as the law stipulated. That is not the law. That is robbery. That is a coup against democracy.
Right. So you think there was political pressure?
Of course, he was pressured. And I said it time upon time.
Right.
And unfortunately, I petitioned the NJC, and NJC became a body that only punished small judges, magistrate and high court judges, but they cannot punish big judges. And that's why I'm supporting the bill that should dismantle NJC. They are doing nothing. I have letters from the NJC today in my hand. They are doing nothing. And I'm advocating for that same bill in the House of Reps, that the NBA should be the one who will discipline judges by passing a vote of no confidence on erring judges.
Right. Now, you yourself, of course, you're not free of some of this damaging scandal that you talk about. I mean, because you went through a pretty damaging one when you were in the Senate. I mean, didn't you?
Yes.
You were sort of mired in that controversy when you were captured on video, slapping the owner of an adult toy shop.
It's not so.
In Abuja. I'll make the point and then you can refute it. I mean, you turned up there with 3 women to purchase some adult toys, and you were later
the creation
found,
of the media.
You were well, I mean, this is what the story that is circulating is.
Yes.
But you're here, you can refute it if you want to. I mean, you were later found guilty by a court, and you were ordered to pay 50 million naira to the shop owner.
No,
right?
Let me tell you what happened. What happened was that before I became a senator, a situation happened. Before I became a senator, something happened. And it was a case of people fought. Some ladies fought, not in an adult shop, but rather a candy shop that's separated into 2.
Right.
At this side, they sell candy for birthdays, the cakes, and the rest of it on one side. On the other side, it was an adult shop for women.
Right.
And I dropped one of my sister with her friend. And when I left, I was told that, I received a call that your sister is dead. I said, died? He said, what happened? They said somebody hit her. I thought maybe it was a car that hit her. I said, did the driver stop? They said, the driver did not stop. It's not a driver, it's a person. I rushed back there, and I met a lifeless body who fainted there, assaulted by her fellow person. And it's not the owner of the shop. The person also came there and they had an issue. What happened was that they called off the video where the real assault took place on my own sister. And I met a conscious sister lying down, and they brought up where matter escalated.
Where you lost your temper.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
And we went to court, tried for criminal assault, which is more dangerous than just paying damages here and there or whatever. And we requested for the original video to know what happened. And the judge found me not guilty. However, there's a pressure on government. They want to continue to be taking money from here and there and the rest of it. And they say they are suing for damage. What damage? I never appeared in the court. I only heard that there's a case at the Federal High Court where they say they charge me for whatever, so there should be exemplary damage because my name is a senator. I should pay 50 million naira for fighting, and I appealed the case. So the matter was before the magistrate court, and I won the case.
Right. Okay, well, that's what you say. The thing that is in the public domain is slightly different.
No, well,
let's move on.
You are hearing from me,
Right.
and you say you are giving opportunity chance to clear this, and you are hearing from me.
I
now.
understand that.
And not also that they say it's a breastfeeding mother, and these are all lies.
Right.
Do you know that a situation whereby they hired a baby, so that the woman will hold a baby, so she's a breastfeeding mother. They borrowed a neighbor's baby and claimed to be breastfeeding. And when this
it all
was
sounds
discovered,
monstrously complicated, and I mean, we can't sort of get too much into it because the other side are not here and all the rest of it. But let me just say this: you mentioned that the Senate. Let's just return to the Senate president, which is the main focus of this. I mean, you said the Senate president had mishandled the Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan sexual harassment allegation affair.
Yes.
How so? Briefly, because we're almost out of time.
Now, briefly, in the 8th Senate, I have the video and I can send it to you. Senator Akpabio had a serious verbal exchange with the Senate President Bukola Saraki over change of Senate seat. He was not suspended. He was not investigated. The matter was handled with maturity. In the case of Natasha, it took a different dimension. Sat like the emperor that he claimed he is, and said the woman shall be suspended for 6 months, withdraw her security, stop payment of her salaries, not to be seen to close the National Assembly building, and even her aides should also lose their salaries. Far-reaching decisions. Even ordering the Inspector General of Police not to provide her with security. In another way, exposed and so she will be killed. When you withdraw somebody's security, which is on right, that means you are exposing that person to be killed. And I know the IG, you see the police for all of us. Nobody owns the police. The IG realized that that is not a good thing to do. Because if they had tomorrow that Natasha is killed, something will happen that we don't pray it happen. Now, if Akpabio was not suspended for fighting with Saraki over change of his seat, why are you suspending Natasha for 6 months? If only your motivation is because of change of seat. Secondly, Natasha went to court and she got a court injunction barring the Senate from investigating her until the substantive matter is heard. Senate went against the court judgment and suspended her still, even when there's an existing court judgment. That is contempt of the court. It was after they finished suspending Natasha that they went to court to vacate the court order barring them after contempt of court. And I'm sorry to use this word, cowardly, the judge, instead of arresting Akpabio for contempt of court, he vacated his own judgment that they broke. That's the pressure he was under. And instead for the judge to also go into the substantive matter, he recused himself from the case of Natasha. You see what is happening?
It certainly raises questions. Let me put it that way, as politely as I can. So what is your advice to Senator Natasha Uduaghan now?
Senator Natasha is doing what she's doing. And I heard that they want to call her. Nobody can call Natasha. Take a note and write it down. Nobody can call Natasha. You see, we are not a banana republic. The idea they will recall her and they went and forged signatures, 250 signatures. Let me give you these figures. The registered voters in Kogi Central.
Very briefly, we've got about a minute left, unfortunately.
The registered voters in Kogi Central is over 500,000 registered voters. Section 69 of the 1999 Constitution said that you must have more than half of registered voters before they recall you. They got 250,000 signatures and submitted to INEC. And the law says that they must have 250,000 plus people who appeared for a referendum to return her. Now look at the 2023 election. The voter turnout on the national scale is just 27%. The vote that Natasha got to take her to the Senate is 54,000. Her opponent, closest one, got 52,000. LP, NNPP, and other people, all the votes of 2023, it's just 106,000. That is representing 22.1%, 21.2%. Now, if the whole vote of Kogi Central for PDP, APC, Labour Party, NNPP is just 21%, that is 106,000. Why would they manufacture a 50% vote? That is over 250,000 people to recall Natasha. It's just to keep her busy. They cannot recall her. My advice to her is that she should continue pressing her own and be sincere, be truthful, and stand firm against dictatorship.
Well, I have to say it's been very interesting talking with you. Thank you very much indeed for taking the time to come in. Ishaka Abo is a former senator from Adamawa State. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much, sir.
Celestial hour.
Yes, ẹnu mi gbà o. Torí ìyà tó jẹ wá ní period Buhari is not to be written home about. Deserve ẹ̀. Ó indicate pé ọpọlọ tó wà lórí ẹ̀ kò ju tẹran tó ń dà lọ. Ẹni tó ń da ẹran tẹni kó wá da ènìyàn. Báwo ni ò ní ṣe wọ́n báṣubàṣu, á ṣe wọ́n bó ṣe wọ́n. Á pa wọ́n nípakúpa. À ń sọ nígbà pé òun ló rán gbogbo àwọn Boko Haram láti máa pa wọ́n ní Benue. Ẹ wo ìtíṣe òkú àwọn ènìyàn lọ sùn à nílẹ̀lẹ̀. Tí Zamfara ò tán kò tán bẹ̀ tí wọ́n ṣe pa àwọn ènìyàn. Bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Wọ́n ti wá kúrò nínú àtẹ́sí. Wọ́n ti rán wọn lọ sí ilẹ̀ Usman Dan Fodio, ilẹ̀ bàbá wọn, láti lọ ró wọn ká. Òun lálàgbà Prince Eniola Ọ̀jájú ni tó sọ fún wa lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta tí wọ́n adopted. Wípé gbogbo ìtí ṣe ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá ni wọ́n ti kọ́ kíní ahéré wọn sí. Ni wọ́n ti ní ibùdó. Adègbọ́ àwọn gómìnà wá sì jókòó kó wọ́n sinmi sára. President pàápàá gbọ́ kò tí ẹ̀ kò ká lára rárá àtọ́. Jọ bàbá jẹ́ káwa lè mọ̀ ipò káyé lára. Ẹ dìde kíákíá. Àwọn Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ẹ ró wọn ní agbára maximumly kó lè kojú ìtíṣà àwọn èèyàn wọ̀nyí. They are in our forest. Wọ́n ṣọṣẹ́ l'Ékìtì, wọ́n ṣọṣẹ́ l'Ákúrẹ́, wọ́n ṣọṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ tàbí òwò àmọ̀ pé wọ́n ti yílẹ̀ Yorùbá ká. Ó dìgbà tó máa kọjọ ọkọ̀ ojú omi tó máa bá wa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lé. Látó máa mọ̀ wípé yes, these people are really at war. Ẹ̀yin olóòtú ẹ lọ wo màṣẹ́ kẹgbọ́n nǹkan tó sọ kọjá ohun tó sọ láàárọ̀ yìí ó jọ mí lójú. Ogun nílé ogun lóde ọjọ́ wo la fẹ́ kọrin àjàwádẹ̀ lórí church wa ìjà dópin ogun ti tán ológun alájagun olú orin ayọ̀ làwa yóò máa kọ hallelujah bàbá jẹ́ tọlọ́run kò sórí hallelujah lákòókò yìí. Ogun ti yí wa ká 2.5 years ago, going to 3 years, ni mo ti pariwo Prophet Akingbulugbe wípé ogun ti wà lẹ́nu bodè nítorí pé bí wọ́n ṣe ya wọ̀lú nínú ojú ìran mi kò ṣe sọ. And that is why I kept on groaning, crying, shouting. In fact, ẹ̀jẹ̀ ti fẹ́ tán lára mi, ẹ̀rí pé mo ti rù. Ẹ̀rí stress lójú mi. Simply because àwọn yẹ káwọn government wá ṣe the right thing. Wọ́n ṣe the right thing. Banditry yìí ìlú ká ẹlẹ́fẹ́ kọ́ èyí tí ṣe kí ni construction ọ̀nà ṣe construction ọ̀nà láti èyí tí ṣe Èkó lọ sí èyí tí ṣe Calabar láti Badagry lọ sí Sokoto. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh, adẹ̀kọrin títí Jésù tètè dé kó wá sí ìdájọ́ mọ̀ pé Jésù ò ní dé. Jésù ò ní wá ṣe ìdájọ́ kankan. Ó ti gbé template kalẹ̀. Jésù ò ní wá ṣe ìdájọ́ kankan. Ó ti ṣe template ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀. Pé kẹ́ lọ máa ṣe kí ni kẹ́ máa bí sí kẹ́ máa rẹ̀ sí kẹ́ máa gbádùn lórí ilẹ̀. Kìkì àwọn tó jẹ́ tọ́lọ́run nìkan ṣo ní security wá ṣe kí ni tó wà sure. Kìkì àwọn tó jẹ́ tọ́lọ́run tó gbọ́ Ọlọ́run gbọ́ tó mọ tí ẹni tọ́lọ́run jẹ́. Kìkì àwọn nìkan ṣo ní security wá sure. Ẹ̀yin ìjọba ẹ jí gírí ní kíákíá. Ẹ gbọ́ kọ́mẹ́ntì àwọn ènìyàn. Ẹ lísìn sí kọ́mẹ́ntì àwọn ènìyàn. Ẹ wo nǹkan tó ń lọ nílùú Rómì. Wọ́n ti ń pariwo, wọ́n ti ń ké, wọ́n ti ké. Àwọn èèyàn yìí ń pa wá, àwọn èèyàn yìí ń gbé wá. A mọ̀ pé gọ́vnà tó wà ń bẹ̀ ṣe baby gọ́vnà. Ọ̀pọ̀bọlò àbí Monday ṣe baby gọ́vnà kò tí ì mọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣe nínú ìjọba. Wọ́n kàn wọ́n ṣá wọlé ṣá ó ti wọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Kò mọ ohun tó lè kó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Táwọn èdè ṣe citizens yẹn tó bá ń pariwo pé nǹkan báyìí ṣe wọ́n tó o dé mọ proactive action or step tó yẹ kó take to cope those situations is wrong. Why are you there? Àwọn àtàjẹ́ púrùtù tá wà níbí. We were able to do what? To take care of what? Of orí gbígbẹ àti orí tútù tá a kójọ pọ̀ tá a pè ní church. Kò sí principle tẹ́ fẹ́ lò tá ò mọ̀. Kò sí principle tẹ́ fẹ́ adopt tá a ti adopt rèé torí pé kí ni Edo State citizen wà lọ́dọ̀ wa. Igbo wà lọ́dọ̀ wa. Hausa wà lọ́dọ̀ wa. Gbogbo wọn la kó papọ̀ sínú ìjọ tá a pè ní ìjọ tá a dẹ̀ jẹ́ olórí lé wọn lórí. So kò sí irú ìwà kan irú ethnicity kan tí a ò rí nínú ìjọ nínú church. So we know what we are saying. How you could tackle these things systematically. Kẹ́tẹ̀ gbé political sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan náà. Ẹ lọ into systematic ideas. Kẹ́ ya lò bẹ́ẹ̀ ò bá ní lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó ní. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo fọlọ́run bẹ̀ yín. I will transfer this thing to the media houses. Yeah, so that they can transmit it and escalate it where necessary. Ọlọ́run àgbà wa. Ọlọ́run àgbà wa.
Celestial Half Hour. Celestial Half Hour TV. Now we be the best information carrier.